Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DLLS Cowboys pregame as they're getting ready to beat the Commanders 71-4 or so. I got to check in on if the Eagles are falling apart. Oh, they scored. But they are falling apart. That's the good news, and we got to catch them. And it all starts with whooping Washington to get ahead of them thanks to our tie. Let's start the pregame. Meow. Everybody, welcome into the DLLS Cowboys pregame show where your boy is currently on his prize picks trying to hit the button that says more on a bunch of people I've never heard of for the Washington Commanders, because we got some good news if you're looking for a Cowboys dub today. Got some real good news out the gate for you on the DLLS Cowboys pregame. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Jeff. Sitting next to former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
We will we'll check in with Clarence here in a second, but first we have to celebrate some misfortune for Washington. Inactives today include both Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel for the Washington Commanders, which means it's a big day for Luke McCaffrey. And Prize Picks tells me also maybe a guy named Chris Moore.
Chris Moore.
So I'm going to say Chris Moore will have more than 1.5 receptions because he's on here, and I guess he's on the team.
Yeah, that probably works well.
So we're going to do that, and I got to go find all my Luke numbers. But anyway, how you doing, Jesse?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Ready for another game. The Cowboys coming into this game with what they dropped the ball last week against the Carolina Panthers, losing that game. They still are in a position that if they win this game today, it looks like the Eagles are probably going to continue
falling apart.
No, they're not.
They're going to get a win today.
They're going to win today,
but they're falling
and still
apart.
keep them in first place. But if the Cowboys win the game today, they can find themselves sitting at second place in the NFC East. So if nothing else, you should come out and want to get a tad bit closer to winning this division, a division that for 20-something years has not had repeat winners in it. So that says that maybe Philadelphia may actually fall apart, and they may actually not win this division, and the Cowboys need to be in pole position to swoop right in and to claim this division at the end of the year. But you got to have a victory today.
Yeah, it starts today. We're going to get us a big dub today. Let's check in with Clarence Hill, who is out at the stadium and is ready to get us ready to for the Cowboys to whoop up on Washington. How you doing there, Chill?
I'm well. I'm glad you guys talked about Washington without any receivers. You know, I went down and I talked to Anthony Lynn, I talked to Andre Coleman, the assistant receivers coach, talked to Dan Quinn, right before the game. And, I was saying, Dan, man, how's it going? I said, the Cowboys, their defense, he said, well, we need help on defense too. And he's right. Washington, they don't get to the quarterback and they don't cover in the secondary. This is a good chance for the Cowboys with their receivers to eat on this Washington defense. But on the flip side, it's going to be all Jayden Daniels and Bill. And they call him Bill because it looks like Little Bill. I don't know if you knew that, because that's not his first name.
What's
but the running back, they call him. It's the old Cosby show. You can't talk about Cosby, but Little Bill from the Cosby. But he looks like Little Bill, the cartoon.
Yeah. Corey Krosky-Merritt. Now, I'm not familiar with Little Bill, but I appreciate you enlightening me. I sure do.
That's why they call him. That's why they call him Bill and not Corey, whatever his real name is, because he looks like Little Bill. And that's his nickname.
Did the coaches that you talk to tell you which other receivers they're going to throw to? I'm on Prize Picks, and I don't know these guys, so I know Luke will play, but I don't know the other ones.
Luke, I got some intel on Luke because he went to Rice. I used to watch him in college when my daughter she's a cheerleader at Rice his senior year, and I said, that's going to be an NFL receiver. He is an NFL receiver. He's more of a 4 or 5. He has to be their 1 today.
Okay, so I'm good on Luke. I got Luke handled.
It's a dude named Jalen, I think a rookie, a 4th-round pick.
Okay, we got him over Chris Moore. These are the names I'm playing with right now.
Yes, listen. They will be doing jumbo packages, unbalanced lines, they're running the ball against Dallas. They're running Bill. They're running the quarterback. Jalen's, he's a big basketball guy. He walks out the locker room dribbling the basketball. That's part of his pregame routine, dribbling the basketball. But yeah, you talk about this should be a good game for CeeDee. Certainly Dak and Pickens. I don't know if you saw before the game, Dak listened to Jesse. Didn't have no young boy clothes on. He has some grown man clothes on.
You
That suit
saw?
on.
Yeah, you saw.
And Ferguson had a Dak high school jersey on. Fergie had a Houghton Prescott jersey on. Fergie's trying to get some touches, baby.
Yeah, listen, I'm not mad at him. That's one way to ensure a few more passes. Right now that 88's back in the lineup, you glaze up your starting quarterback by wearing his high school jersey. I'm all for doing whatever you have to do to make sure the quarterback remembers, hey, I know Pickens is out there, I know CeeDee is out there, but don't forget about your boy over the middle.
Yeah, and you brought up. I heard you in the pregame, so I listen when y'all talking and y'all going all this stuff, and Jesse, ooh, Deebo's out, such and such out, Wanye's out. Wanye's been hurt all week, and I don't know if we thought it was as serious as it was going to be that he's going to be out, but Elijah Clark is most likely going to start there at safety. Well, not Elijah Clark, but it'd probably be, I'm sorry,
Marquise
14.
Bell?
Marquise Bell, but Elijah Clark's gonna get a lot of time at safety as well. He's a guy that they liked in camp. But yeah, you're talking about a secondary that you made all these changes for to suit Diggs, right? This whole week has been about we're gonna do more man because that's what Diggs does best more than anybody, right? That's what Diggs does best, man. So we're gonna play more man. We're gonna do something. We're gonna change some things to do something for him. And then he has a concussion at home. He's not gonna be on the field. He's not even playing. So we do all this stuff to change the defense for you, and you're not on the field.
I have a question for you, Clarence, because I know that you're an intrepid reporter, and I know you have a relationship with a lot of people. What happened to Trevon Diggs at the house? What happened to Trevon Diggs at the house?
Listen. We go to the locker room on Friday, and there's a picture of Diggs in the locker room that's upside down on his head. And I'm like, y'all doing this to punk us? I mean, why is this picture upside down? And the CeeDee's locker mate and CeeDee fit. Man, I can't do my boy like that. So he turns the locker back, his picture back upside down. Why you have a concussion, and when they announce a concussion, you're on your head at your locker, which is crazy.
We should be allowed to joke about it.
Will he be in the building today?
Yeah. He got a concussion, man. The sunlight, man. You can't be in there. I don't know. I saw a dude when I was driving up here pushing a cart with a Diggs jersey on it, but it wasn't Diggs, okay? It was a white dude pushing the cart with a Diggs jersey on it. I did joke with CeeDee about whether it was one of Diggs' baby mamas that hit him upside the head, but he wanted.
Okay.
He didn't feel that joke. I mean, come on, this ain't no secrets.
We don't do domestic violence comedy here, Clarence. Although, to be fair, in American society, it is way more accepted as funny if the woman hits the man.
Yeah, it is. Which shouldn't be, but
it's not okay. Just to be clear, okay?
But hey, we're going to have a fun game today. No defense allowed. A lot of points, a lot of Pickens, a lot of Lamb, and maybe some Ferguson.
Okay, we love that, Clarence. Thank you. We appreciate your time. We'll see you in the post game if you can get in within an hour of the game ending. I know it's tough.
We'll try to get in, and I will. And just for Jesse, I did put my do not disturb sign on. I had enough time. I've been there since 2:30 waiting, so I had enough time to get all that stuff.
You are listening.
Go ahead and showing like yours.
You are listening.
It does take a long time to get the do not disturb turned on your phone. We're glad that Clarence got there early enough to get that squared away. Have a great
Thank you, guys.
Joe.
Can I just jump in with a little Recky Specky?
I put in some more prize picks. I put in some more. Luke McCaffrey, more than 41.5 receiving yards. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, more than 2.5 receiving targets.
Yeah.
And I did throw in a CeeDee, more than 9 targets.
More than 9. Okay. All right. Welcome back, CeeDee. Can I get a small Recky Specky on something?
Is it on Diggs?
Yeah.
I'd be careful.
Yeah. But so one of the things that Diggs so coming into this year, when you look at what Eberflus wanted to do defensively, right? It's his zone coverage, right? And one of the things that you have to do and are required to do in the zone coverage, especially at the cornerback position, is to be a willing participant in the run game.
Yep.
They're funneling things out to the cornerbacks. And this is just a little bit of Recky Specky from your boy Jay Holly.
Yeah.
I don't think Diggs was more so fighting to get man covers because he just wanted to cover it, man. I don't think Diggs wanted to participate in the run game. And the only way to get out of fully having to participate in the run game is to go man to man. Because in zone,
you got eyes on.
You got eyes on. You got to come forward. You got to fill up those alleys. And man, your back's turned. You're running down the field, and so you're not really willing to have. You're not really required or expected to be really, really, really involved in the run game. In zone, especially this zone, the way that Eberflus runs it, cornerbacks and safeties are vital components to stopping the run. And I don't think Diggs really wanted to be a part of that.
That is incredible. Reckless speculation from former Cowboy Jesse Holley with the breaking news that Trevon Diggs refuses to play a physical brand of football.
No, that's not it.
In the super chat, let's check out the super chat. I know I saw we had one little one there. Tommy's in the building. Rock out with your socks out, guys. Yeah, I have 2 socks on.
I got no socks on.
I'm kind of wearing my gross shoes. Wear my comfy shoes. I didn't think they'd be on camera too much, and I just put them on camera,
It's all good.
So, Washington will be without Deebo Samuel, without Terry McLaurin. That's nice. The Cowboys will be without Trevon Diggs, without Wanye Thomas, without Marshawn Kneeland. I told you, Toya played last week, which means Mozzie plays this week. They just watched the tape of whoever the 4th defensive tackle is, and they go,
rock, paper, scissors.
Next guy up. Mozzie, your turn again. So you'll see Jay Toya next week. Marshawn Kneeland out. And Trevon Diggs. I'm not going to mention the offensive linemen because they weren't going to play anyway. But those are your guys that are going to be out today for your Dallas Cowboys. Kneeland could be a big one. I mean, you do anticipate that Washington's going to want to run the ball at the Dallas Cowboys. Kneeland out. Does that affect the Cowboys in any way? Do you have any confidence that they can do something with Washington's run game?
Kneeland not playing doesn't affect that.
Oh, because that one play with Tommy Tremble?
No, not the one play. The several plays. He doesn't affect that. The one thing I do think affects this defense is not having Wanye Thomas in. Because now you're talking about being down. You're basically moving to your 3rd safety. Hooker being hurt, Wanye being out. Now you have to go to Marquise Bell. He's going to have to play the free safety, and now you're going to have Donovan Wilson playing the strong safety. And if you're talking about doing some more man. We'll talk about that later on, but the communication on
can't be worse.
It can be. You could.
I don't know.
I
seen them.
Hey,
I watched them.
And so with Cliff Kingsbury and the way that he likes to run things and kind of like the different switches and all that stuff that he likes to run, the communication on the back end, especially if you're going to be using more man, who's going to be helping over top of somebody, who's going to be down the middle, who's going to be coming down. There can be a lot of confusion when you're talking about now Marquise Bell being kind of the signal caller in the back end, or maybe it's Donovan Wilson. I don't know which one of the two will be the signal caller in the back end, but you're down a corner and you're down a safety. Could be a lot of miscommunication back there.
And it would be a nice day for this defense to get it together at least a little bit. Or maybe we just have to resign ourselves to the fact that if you can score 38 in regulation, I think the Cowboys' magic number is 38. Then you can win yourself a ball game. Because I know they tied at 40, but 37 at regulation. So if we can just get to 30, can the Cowboys get to 38 in 4 quarters of play, or can we ask our defense to help a little bit?
At this point in time, this is seven weeks in. It's 38. Your best defense right now is your offense. And now that you get CeeDee Lamb back, you would hope that number can continue to be where it needs to be. Dak is playing at an all-time high. George Pickens has stepped up. You get KaVontae Turpin back. I think that's going to help significantly in a field position game. We're now seeing kind of Ferg. He's not getting a lot of the yak, but he's making some plays. And more importantly, he's scoring touchdowns in the red zone. That's where it's critical and key. When the Cowboys get in the red zone, they have to convert those into touchdowns. Love Brandon Aubrey, but Brandon Aubrey being your leading scorer in games is not going to get it right now.
No, we don't want
that. Threes are not going to get it with the way this defense is playing. Until this defense can show me, you, us, the world that field goals are okay, then you got it. And this even goes back to Shotty. Shotty has to be aggressive, right? So a lot of times now, hey, you got 4 downs to get a first because we don't want to punt the ball away because every single one of our possessions is premium and we need to score points in it.
Yeah, Aubrey, here's the times when I want to kick field goals. When the Cowboys get the ball either at the end of the half or the end of the game with like 35 seconds left from their own 30, yeah, we'll get 15 yards and you can kick it. That's what, anything between 60 and 70, that's when we're kicking field goals. The rest of it, we ain't worried about it. It is the DLS Cowboys pregame show. We will talk a little bit about the Cowboys trying to run more man coverage, break some of that down for you, as well as the return of CeeDee Lamb and KaVontae Turpin and all those things. They're all next on the DLS Cowboys pregame show. And this show is brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. I currently have, I believe, 8 lineups going for this. You'll see some of my picks for the Cowboy game coming up here in a second. Also, I want you to sign up to be a diehard, okay? We want you to sign up to be a diehard. I got the 88 Club t-shirt on today. Got right down. So when you sign up to be a diehard on alldlls.com or you use the QR code that's on your screen, you get to hook up. You'll have all of the inside information, all the scoops from all of your favorite DFW sports teams, so that's nice. It's all right there on alldlls.com. And when you're a diehard, guess what? There's no ads on the website anymore. Get that hooked up. You get access to our diehard-only content. You get access to exclusive content. You get a free t-shirt when you sign up. You can pick the 88 Club one if you want to, or you can pick another one. We got a bunch of them. It's up to you. You pick whatever shirt you want. And on top of that, you get discounts on merch and events. Oh, my goodness, the Discord. I think that's probably the best thing. You get access to our Discord, where you get to see what's going on with, we got a channel for each team. We got a channel for TV and movies and wrestling and college football and all the different things. Food, so get on up in there. But yeah, thanks to our friends at Prize Picks for helping us with this show. This episode, of course, brought to you by them. And I have about 8 open lineups right now. You'll see some of my picks here in a second for the Cowboy game. You tell me what you're going with. And all you got to do is say, yeah, I see this projection of, CeeDee this many receiving yards. I think he's going to have more. I think he's going to have less. You do that, and you pick on 2 to 6 players. And if you get your picks right, you can cash in. You can do it on as little as 2 guys, as high as 6. And it's the best place to get action on football in more than 40 states, including the state of Texas. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's our friends at Prize Picks. And you download the app today. You use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's our homies over there at Prize Picks, who I love very much. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. It is the DLS Cowboys pregame show. We're getting you ready for Cowboys and Commanders. And now it's time for our pregame picks, of course, presented by our friends at Prize Picks, where I'm trying to pay off the pool fund. I'm going with Dak rushing the ball at least 2 times. That's what I'm going with. CeeDee Lamb, more than 76.5 receiving yards. I just put in another one where I'm going to have him having more than 9 targets. I think CeeDee's getting the rock. Bill, more than 49.5 rushing yards. That's not his name. Ali is going all Dak all the time. More than 19.5 fantasy points. More than 1.5 touchdowns. More than 269.5 pass yards. And that's because Jesse saw the pregame outfit from Dak and told Ali, go more on everything, because he's in a suit. Producer John, who's a man of mystery. Jayden's longest run will be more than 16.5 yards. Bill, more than 3.5 rush yards on his first run. And Javonte, more than 67.5 rush yards. There you go. That'll get you started on your Prize Picks, all right. Now we head on over to a man on the blackboard, Jesse Holley.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jeff. I appreciate that, man. All week long, the Cowboys defensively have been trying to figure out what are we going to do defensively. And their star cornerback, Trevon Diggs, has been pleading and begging for the defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, to play a tad bit more man coverage. Well, Trayvon's not playing this week, and you're also without your other starting safety in Wanye Thomas. But if the Cowboys' plan is to go a lot more man-to-man or kind of sprinkle some in, I just wanted to get on the board a little bit and just show you a couple of coverages, man coverages, and what it looks like against different personnel. All right, so we'll start right here. Now, what we have here is 11 personnel, right? We have the slot receiver, we have the Z, we have the X. And so in cover 1, I want to just show where certain people have to go. So you can even say to yourself, and now also in cover 1, what it also gives you an opportunity to do, you can add an extra man into that rush if you choose to. So this one, we're going to look at what it looks like against 11 personnel versus regular cover 1, and if they decide they want to go robber, right? So now, of course, you know that man-to-man, we're going to be locked up here, we're going to be locked up here, we're going to be locked up here. And now you have to start configuring where are the rest of these guys going to go as far as a matchup. Now, if you're just going straight up cover, man-to-man coverage, what you're going to have is you're going to have this Will Backer. he's going to be tied to the running back. So he's going to have the running back man-to-man. Now you're going to have this Mike backer. You can now do one or two things. If you're going to add him into the rush, right, now use him as a kind of a blitzer, then you'll take your strong safety and you'll have him come down and he'll guard the Y. Safety will come back and have the middle of the field. Or if you decide that we want to go like cover one robber, it looks like that strong safety is going to come in and be able to steal anything that's running across the field. Then what you would want to have is you'd have the Mike. He would have to go out now and defend this tight end out here. This free safety will still come back to the middle of the field. But now what you'll have with this strong safety is he'll come down here and anything that comes across the middle of the field, that strong safety is going to be robbing that. Everyone else is still manned up across the board. That's what it looks like in 11 personnel. Now, if we go to 12 personnel and now you're having to figure this thing out, of course, it's going to be man-to-man right here. It's going to be man-to-man right here. Now, 12 personnel means that I'm going to have 2 tight ends, 1 back, 2 wide receivers. And so how else we want to play this? Now, you can play this various different ways, a variety of different ways you can play this, and it all depends on how you want to do it. If you want to get this Mike inserted into the blitz a little bit, right? You want to use him in those specific areas. Now what you have to look at is, or because you're playing Jayden Daniels today, maybe you might say, hey, I want to have this guy spy Jayden Daniels, but we still want to be in man-to-man coverage. So what you can also have is now I can have my guy guard here. I can have this will backer, either the running back or the other tight end. However you want to do it, you can kind of, these guys, and this is where the communication is key. One of 2 of these guys will have to guard these 2 guys, and that free safety will then be in the middle of the field. So if they want to go first release and you want to go will here, and then you want to go safety to the running back, or you want to go will to the running back, bring the safety down, and he's guarding that other tight end. This is how you can do it. Have this backer sometimes blitz, or because Jayden Daniels is such a prolific runner from the quarterback position, you can kind of have him just playing the middle of the field and watching any and everywhere that they go. But you got to remember, if you don't get to Jayden Daniels, his back is turned, his back is turned, his back is turned. All of these backs are turned. And so now if you don't get to Jayden Daniels, he has a tremendous amount of running lanes that he can get to and get down the field. So the Cowboys are looking to go a little bit more man defense this game against the Washington Commanders. I hope the communication is there. I hope the willingness is there, and I hope it works out for them. But these are a couple things that they can do in different personnels. We'll cover one. Back to you, Jeff.
That's nice. That's nice. That's just a man on the blackboard trying to get you educated on the sport of football and what the Cowboys are doing. And yeah, Jerry announced it to us early in the week that the Cowboys were going to try more man defense. And I'm curious in the chat, do we think this is a good idea? Do we like this today? I tell you what might change some things for the idea of playing man defense today is the fact that they now have no receivers. The new number 1 receiver for the Washington Commanders is going to be Luke McCaffrey. And then we'll figure out those 2 other guys whose names I don't really know, Jalen Lane. I did watch him this year in the offseason before the draft, I believe. And then the other guy whose name I forgot, Chris Moore.
Chris Moore, yeah.
So they got some guys. Does that make you more comfortable running man when you look at it and you go, well, hey, the men that we're covering ain't the dudes we thought we were going to cover? No, you're scared of it.
Here's why I'm scared of it. I'm scared of it because the one guy who asked for it is not playing, right? So Trevon Diggs is not playing. And I do think Trevon Diggs is still a good corner. He's not what he once was. And that's what injuries will do to you. Knee injuries will do that to you, and you need more time to come back from them. And then the second thing is, the other thing is that you're down a couple safeties, and Kyer Elam, he's been getting beat off the line of scrimmage a lot. And one thing, guys like Luke McCaffrey, really good at the line of scrimmage. But the thing that I fear the most out of the Cowboys going man-to-man is Jayden Daniels. It's his running ability. And there isn't a linebacker that we have on this football team currently that they got into a foot race that they would be able to keep up with Jayden Daniels. I told you guys this before. Last year when the Cowboys played the Washington Commanders, Jayden Daniels was sacked 4 times. All 4 of those sacks were from people who are not playing in this football game. One came from Josh Butler. He's injured. One came from DeMarion Overshown. He's injured. The other 2, Micah Parsons.
Never heard of him.
Those guys are all athletic enough, fast enough, and good enough to run down Jayden Daniels. The way that this linebacking core is diagnosing things with the slowness, That's where I fear. I fear when we get into that moment when you go to blitz a guy and you don't get to Jayden Daniels and he breaks containment, he's going to run for a long time because everyone else's back is turned to the offense.
I also worry about I worry about their spy situation big time because I think pretty much every linebacker on this roster so far this year has been a bad tackler. So it's like I know if it's Leafau or Murray, boy, they play in a hurry and miss tackles.
Yeah.
Like they're going to try to line Jayden Daniels up, and he's going to be like, well, I guess I should probably slow down, change direction, and watch you fly on by, huh? I guess I'll just keep going. And so I don't know if they have a great answer for the Jayden Daniels scrambling situation. But the good news is we got all the dudes back. So now if the goal is Team 40 Burger, we have the ability. Yes. And I want to tell the Cowboys something today, okay? You guys, you need to know, okay? This is your last shot with me. This is it. This is your last shot with me. I'm going to pick you to win the game, okay? They're missing their receivers. So I think defensively, if you could play as well as like the 24th best defense in football, well, we got this thing. Go score some points and beat this football team. If you do not, and you put yourself solidly, what's the Giants' record? Are we about to be near fourth place? We're going to definitely be in third.
Yeah.
If you let me down today, I'm making tank hats. Okay? I'm doing it. I think you got a guy.
I got a guy.
I'm making tank hats. Okay?
We'll have them out by the end of the week.
Because if we can't beat the Washington Commanders in an in-division game to be the kings of second place with no Scary Terry and no Deebo Samuel, and that offense still runs roughshod over this defense, I'm out of hope. Now I'll probably change my tune by about Tuesday or Thursday because life's not fun without hope.
Yeah.
But I tell you, this is it now. Don't do it. Hold them under 29. Hold them under 28. And we got a shot at this thing.
Yeah, the C got to tackle today. Like, that's the biggest thing for the Cowboys defense is that they have to tackle. And we probably won't spend a lot of time talking about the offense because we already assume that offensively they're going to be fine.
Yeah, but you don't think CeeDee's getting 10 targets? Because I could put in another Prize Picks lineup, go the other direction, and then try to win it that way.
Yeah, I do think CeeDee's going to get the rock.
You think? Okay.
Yeah. I think a welcome back CeeDee is definitely.
I can still have one go the other way just for fun.
All right, just hedge your bet. Hedge your bet a little bit.
It's not a bet. It's hedge your picks.
Hedge your picks. Hedge your picks a little bit. Hedge your skills game a little bit. But yeah, this defense and maybe this is just a former player in me. At some point in time, there has to be a level of pride that kicks in. Like you look at the performance of what was put on tape last week against the Carolina Panthers, and they thoroughly just whooped you up, and I mean everybody. I mean your prized possession in the trade, Kenny Clark got whooped, got moved. Osa got whooped, got moved. I mean, Sam Williams, a lot of people was upset at him because he was laughing at a tweet that went out from a local writer here about him getting blocked out of the picture by a wide receiver.
He said,
but at some point in time, there has to be pride has to kick in and just saying, man, I don't want to be the laughing stock. I don't want to be the reason why people look at this football team and say we don't have a chance week in and week out. I want to be able to look across the locker room at my offensive guys and be like, hey, we got your back. We're going to hold you down this week and not be a liability. This defense has been a supreme and superior liability since week one. I mean, they have been a liability coming out the gates. And put the blame wherever the hell you like to put it. It's partly because of scheme and Matt Eberflus.
All of them.
Partly because of players and effort and lack thereof. I was coming and I was listening to some people talk about, the Commanders. And this is the type of thing that I wish that I heard more about the Cowboys defensively. The defensive guys did not like the fact for Washington Commanders, the way that they ended that game against Chicago. They were up. They probably should have won that game. They had some miscues that they missed on and they fumbled the ball at the end of the game. Chicago ends up winning that game. They said when the plane landed, that a host, probably almost all of the defense, went to the facility at 3 a.m. and watched the game film.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
As a group.
No, I'm not doing that.
And to me, that's a group that wants to get better. That's a group that wants to hold each other accountable. That's a group that are saying, all right, we can't be the reason why our team loses. Okay? We may not be the greatest, but we cannot be the reason we give up games like that in the fourth quarter. And so you don't hear that coming from the Cowboys locker room. I don't hear Ali and Clarence and others telling me this is what this defense is doing to try to get better. All I keep hearing is excuses week in and week out. Communication, scheme, effort. We're going to fix it. But I never hear about what were the plans to get it done from a player's perspective.
31-24 Cowboys. What you think? They don't got no receivers. They're still going to get more than that. 31-27 Cowboys.
Are we doing picks now?
Yeah, I'm just doing it right now.
All right. I have the Cowboys losing this game.
What?
34-30.
Did you not hear that McLaurin and Deebo are out?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yep.
Both of them.
Yep. I also know that you gave over 200 yards rushing last week.
Make sure you tune in for the postgame for Jesse's apology for not believing in this team, okay?
Until you prove me wrong.
When we are wearing our second place hats and we are firmly established in second place, Jesse's apologies coming up right after the game. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy. Enjoy the game.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.